Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person.
Welcome to Cyberpunk 2077 and the techno-dystopian hellscape that is Night City. A place where legends are made, losers are recycled, and the gap between the haves and the have-nots has reached critical mass. And you? Folks call you V, short for V-Bucks, and you've had to claw, backstab, and cheat your way to the top. You even went so far as working a corporate job to make it.
Brother,
In Night City, the road to success is paved in blood and betrayal, and there's no depths you won't sink to for your name in lights. It was all smooth sailing up the corpo ladder for you, until a botched assassination request gave you a real taste of the lifestyle, forcing you to abandon everything you worked so hard to attain. So here you are, rock bottom with your best choom Jackie Wells, running gigs to scrape by, but always dreaming of the big leagues. Eventually, Jackie strikes gold by arranging a gig with one of Night City's most prominent fixers, Dexter Deshawn. And just like Mr. 2 Tons of Fun over here, it's a big one. Step 1. Procure a state-of-the-art military bot, the location of which you're forced to suss out from a washed-up cop whose hairdresser is stuck in the 1960s. After a rather unpleasant chat, she sends you in the right direction and you're off into Maelstrom territory. Or more accurately, the Lion's Den. Imagine your local crack house, but its residents are all into horror cosplay and think faces are for bitch-made clankers. So off you go, trying to negotiate with the people who stole the bot from Dexter in the first place. What could go wrong? The deal goes south. Shocker. And you have to blast your way out. It's no cakewalk, but those techno dorks have nothing on you, and after a long drawn-out firefight, you escape with your head still intact. Robo Spider Dog in hand. Next on the itinerary, Evelyn Parker, the joy toy who commissioned the gig and your source of intel on the real prize, a stolen relic from one of the biggest corps in Night City, Arasaka Industries. And not just from the corp, but from the heir apparent and original thief himself, Yorinobu Arasaka. This is it, your first step into the big leagues. After some light dress-up, role-playing, and security espionage, you and Jackie manage to sneak into Yorinobu's penthouse. Unfortunately, unlike his mother on a Friday night, this one isn't going to be easy. Today of all days is the day that Daddy Arasaka decided to play stereotypical Japanese dad and chastise his son for not blindly doing as he was commanded to. Things get heated between the two Arasakas and you watch Yorinobu lose 500 honor points as he murders Saburo in cold blood. The hotel goes into red alert and you and Jackie are forced to flee out the back. But you're immediately spotted and Jackie takes a nasty shot to the abdomen as the two of you jump for your lives. Worse yet, the relic container is fucked and security knows where you are now. With no choices left, Jackie slots the relic in and the two of you are forced to flee sneaky beaky style. Eventually, you manage to flee and are safe and sound, away from the clusterfuck of whatever that was. But hey, the plan might have gone shit side up, but at least the two of you managed to... Could today be any worse? The plan is botched, you're wanted across the city, and your best friend's dead. There is absolutely nothing that could be worse than... You're alive, but how? And why do you suddenly have an insatiable urge to start a shitty punk rock band? Doesn't matter. Just crawl to safety and... Seriously? Of all the people it could have been, it had to be Butterveins and Techno Ninja.
It should have been me, not him!
By some miracle, Bruce Neuralink actually saves you from the clutches of Goldfinger Licking Good. Unfortunately, you have a bunch of copy-pasted Blasian robo-assassins on your tail and now can't decide whether today is the luckiest day of your life or not. It's a good thing you have all of that extra space in your skull, or else you'd probably be extremely concussed right now. Also, fuck that guy in particular. Your savior, Goro Takamura, hauled your ass to your Ripper Dock to see if he can salvage what's left of you. Miraculously, you managed to make a somewhat full recovery in only a few short weeks. You're just implanted differently, I suppose. but you still can shake the uncontrollable anger you feel. I guess you'll just have to be patient until you are back to your normal self again.
Biochip. It's basically a bomb. Fuse lit already.
And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way. You included.
Okay, don't panic. So you have a parasitic, self-absorbed terrorist squatting in your mind and trying to take over. So what? You are not going to lose hope. There has to be some way to fix this. Maybe you can just pull it out and... Oh, fuck. New plan. Find a way to get rid of the chip before old Johnny here Pac-Mans your entire brain. After some digging around, your search diverges into two separate paths. The first is asking Rogue, legendary Night City fixer, and Johnny's bitter ex-lover for helping in capturing Anders Hellman, the architect of your impending doom. The second is to find Evelyn again and see if she can give you more information on the chip and why she wanted it in the first place. Johnny pushes for you to meet up with Rogue first, and after paying her a big chunk of change, she sets you up with one of her contacts, Pan Am, to help you in catching Hellman. Despite her abrasive personality, there's something about Pan Am that just feels like you absolutely should be working with her. But first, she wants your help in getting back her gear that was stolen from her by a former business partner. Again, something magically compels you to help her, and after stealing back her ride for her, you both shoot the shit out of the backstabber, earning her trust in the process. Now, it's time to see if she was actually worth all the effort. Together, she helps you make an EMP nuke that sorta takes the transport ship down, but also catches the attention of some stragglers from her clan, most of whom get murdered by the ship's onboard security. Worse than that though, despite all the sacrifices to catch him, Hellman tells you that there's nothing he can really do to help you, and it seems like this is a dead end for now. That leaves you with Evelyn, who's been AWOL since the heist majorly flopped and isn't responding to your texts. You're forced to do some virtual detective work to find her, and in doing so, you find out she was brain fried, kidnapped, and tortured, among other things. Discovering this, coupled with the merging of you and Johnny's psyches, pushes you over the edge and you go on a warpath of vengeance to rescue her. Sadly, the trauma of everything that has happened leaves her in a comatose state for the most part, until the weight of all she's endured gets too heavy to bear and she makes the nightmare stop herself. Unfortunately, the time bomb in your head means there's no time to grieve really, and you're forced to scan her memories to continue onwards. The trail leads you to the Voodoo Boys, a group of Haitian netrunners who aren't so keen on meeting up with outsiders until you can offer them something in return. To pass the time, you decide to work with Takamura some more to see if there are any of his remaining contacts at Arasaka that will listen to reason. Naturally, that flopped big time, and Goro says the only option left is to inform Hanako Arasaka about the truth of her brother's patricide. But that will have to wait, as you finally get a chance to meet up with the Voodoo Boys in person. Placide, the second in command, tells you that before he'll arrange a meeting with their leader, you have to get your hands dirty for him. He demands you clear out the local abandoned mall of its squatters and to let him hack the netrunner spying on them in there. That's when you discover the truth. That prick Placide was planning on using you as a sacrificial Trojan horse and had no plans on fulfilling his end of the bargain. Well, since everyone in Night City wants to fuck you over, it's only fair you do the same. You cut a deal with the agent, share what you've learnt about the Voodoo Boys, and he'll remove the literal bomb virus they implanted in you. You head back, ready to murder that backstabbing dick, but that gets delayed when Brigitte agrees to speak with you and reveals why they wanted the chip in the first place. You see, back in his day, Johnny was closely tied to one of Night City's most legendary netrunners, Old Cunningham. You discover that his arrogance and self-absorbed nature eventually got her killed, but not before her consciousness was imprinted into Night City's version of the dark web, and that's who they want to speak to. So, you channel your inner Joe Rogan and venture into the abyss that is the internet. She says she will only be able to help you if you can get her access to Mikoshi, an advanced cyber prison of souls, sorta like Shang Tsung's lair, but less badass. However, before the chat can continue, it's revealed that Max Tech also double-crossed you and planted a track on you, hoping to hunt Alt down. Before they can do that though, she scrambles the brains of all of those voodoo fuckholes and severs the connection. With a new goal in sight, you get your revenge and shoot your way out, making sure to take your time with that double-crossing asswipe before fleeing the scene. Takamura gives you a call and says it's time to reveal the truth to Hanako. But first, you'll have to do some corporate sabotage, stealthy platforming and a lot of violence to get him the opportunity he needs. You succeed, but are quickly thrust into a long and drawn-out fight with yet another Shinobot. As the dust settles, it's time for Takamura to use all that pretentious Japanese pedantry he peddles to charm her into "Jesus, what in the ever-living fuck was that, Goro?" You run, fleeing to his secret hideout and hoping to find out why he's lost his fucking mind, but he reveals that he merely tranquilized her and encourages you to mention everything you know. So you lay your cards on the table, but before she has a chance to process everything you just said, the place is swarmed by Arasaka goons. You manage to save Takamura before fleeing, but Yorinobu sent an army and you've got a lot of killing to do. Once outside, you head to some dingy motel in the middle of nowhere and Hanako sends a joy toy to tell you she agrees to work with you. But Pan Am calls and needs your help once again. Despite the urgency of your situation, your growing feelings means that you're prepared to wait just a little bit longer to help her. So you help resolve things with the clan, rescuing their leader from the clutches of their rival gang and stealing a sick-ass floating tank in the process. Your hard work pays off though, as you and Pan Am eventually develop a blossoming romance. And then, you're quickly reminded of how much time you don't have to screw around. You head to Hanako and she reveals that Mikoshi is located right under Arasaka Tower, but it doesn't take long to realize she's just as soulless as the rest of the family and you should absolutely not be working
I've got to,
with her.
bye.
As you're leaving, you have yet another seizure and your body goes into shock. Vic, Euripidoc, manages to buy you one last chance, but whatever you're going to do, it better be now before your brain turns into cyber slush. So you call in the big guns and tell Pan Am that you need her and her Mad Max meets Fast and the Fury Road Ripple family to help you. They agree, knowing that they're going to get some sweet tech out of this. But first, they surprise you by adopting you as one of their own, before you and Pan Am spend one last night together under the stars. This is it. There's no turning back and it's now or never. So you and the other Aldecados launch an assault on Arasaka, throwing everything you have at them to get you to Mikoshi. You even take out a small military fleet and drill right through a mountain to do so. You panic though, thinking you lost Pan Am and a sweet assortment of wonderful traits, but she pulls through and the rest of you sneak your way into the belly of the beast. Inside, you let Alt hack into their security system and she shows you just how cold and ruthless clankers can really be, killing everyone in there, even the non-combatants. But there's no time to consider the implications of it all, so you push deeper into the facility. You're so close now, and are quickly overwhelmed with emotions. Hope, excitement, joy, power, anger, ruthlessness. Wait, what? Holy fuck, it's Adam Smasher. I can't believe it. You motherfucking prick. This is it. A battle of titans. Mechagodzilla versus slightly less Mechagodzilla. The battle is long, hard, and tests the depths of your resolve, but you stand victorious over this Frankensteinian mechanized husk of what was once a man. As he's laying there, dying and helpless, you let him know that Johnny survived, and that you hate him for what he did to David before giving him a slug to the face. So you quickly rush onwards to jack Alt into the mainframe, and are overwhelmed by a sense of relief. You made it! You're going to survive after all. Oh no, wait, sorry. CD Projekt Red have a naive understanding of the genre of cyberpunk and pulled the cliched "no one gets a happy ending" card on you. Congrats! Your effort was basically for nothing, as Alt reveals that even though she can separate you from Johnny, your body will now see you as a cancer. But hey, at least she gave you 6 months to spend with Pan Am to try and find a solution to the problem. So the two of you, along with the rest of your new crew, flee Night City, hoping to find your salvation elsewhere. As the sun sets on our story, you reflect on all that's happened to you, giving up the ambitions you once had for your newfound pursuits of peace and family. And in the end, despite how poorly written the ending was, that's a life lesson we should all take to heart. Money, power, and influence mean nothing if you lose yourself and those closest to you to get them. Thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, maybe share with one of your friends, and I hope to see you in the next video.